hiatus for you. So
Yeah.
today we have an explosive game between Brambleback and Ocean. What do you think is going to go down during this one?
Um. Well, I mean, I guess if you want my honest opinion, I expect Bramble to just 2-0, but we just saw the double upset against Scuttle Crab, so I'm all for more upsets, baby. Let's go Team Ocean.
And yeah, going into next week, I don't know if anybody's going to be underestimating Sentinels anymore. They looked super clean, and they put out a good showing in the first game. But yeah, so last week we do know Ocean ended up going 1-1, which was also considered an upset against Scuttle Crab as well. So do you think
Yeah,
they're going to be able to pull any stops out against Bramble?
yeah. I mean, okay. I honestly was just asked to cast this like 5 minutes ago, so I haven't done my research. But I do think Ocean shows some really good promise. Jmu picked up picking up that Cassiopeia could really put a damper into Paco and Aerofox's plans. Cassiopeia is likely a very good pick into the Poppy if they choose to leave that one up. Um,
Yeah, that
so I expect that this could go totally for Team Ocean if they play it correctly. Yeah,
that miasma stopping Poppy from being able to charge is going to be huge if you can play it correctly.
right. And that's the question. We'll see.
But you're also going to be picking an immobile mage into Paco's assassin Poppy, so might be interesting. But I think we're ready just to jump straight into this one. The teams are both ready, are waiting on us, so let's go.
I'm so ready for this, dude.
I know. This is
And
going to
yeah,
be a fun one.
I believe Chad is correct. I'm seeing a bunch of Callista in Jamu's chat history, match history. Excuse me. So that could definitely come out. And he is the kind of player with like the mechanical prowess to pull it off.
Yeah, last week he pulled it off in game one, and they got an early triple kill onto him. And I think it was
Gotcha.
about the
Okay.
10-minute mark, and it looked really good, and it just steamrolled the game.
Sweet. Yeah. Then totally. I bet they could pick that up. They might want to consider. They'd probably ban the Poppy at that point because it's pretty easy to land that Poppy micro stun with Callista dashing about everywhere. But here we go. We're going to pick bans.
All right. So, do you think we're going to see a Poppy ban right now? I'm expecting
Yeah,
it.
it really depends on what their game plan is coming into it. But yeah, I mean, if you don't have a game plan, the safe ban is to just take out Poppy, and there it is. So
At home. Want me to wait while you go get them?
So, we do know that Enraged Ovary and That's My Jams are both huge Scion players. So, do you think that's going to be a first pick for That's My Jams?
yeah, or it'll just be banned by Bramble, because it's pretty obnoxious to deal with, no matter uh, how you slice it.
I think, honestly, they might leave it up, and Enraged Ovary will probably pick a Sejuani into it.
Sejuani top. Okay.
Yeah, because you get all of that
Is that-
percent health damage.
Is that a thing that happens? I am I out of the fucking loop on this one? Is that a thing, or is that some secret pog strats right there?
I don't know if it's too secret, but
Okay.
I mean, it's
Alright,
coming
well,
out a jungler playing going top lane. Might as well just play a jungler champ, right?
yeah, that's true. And if you've been conscripted to be playing the hyper tanks, Sejuani's a pretty good one.
And we do see that Callista ban coming out, so sad faces in the Twitch chat.
That's a good
Not gonna
Ezreal
see
ban.
that.
I know Bramble relies on Ezreal to keep their bot lane really safe, so that's a very, very good move in my opinion to just take that one out because, in my opinion, Ocean's strongest lane is their bot lane, and Bramble's weakest lane is their bot lane too. So, at least in terms of rank, I suppose, maybe not in terms of stats this season. I think Bramble's bot lane actually has been crushing, but they've also gotten a lot of Ezreal.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see Arrow Fox on a different champion.
Right. Probably go Sivir, right? Maybe
Right.
Ashe?
I'm assuming the Sivir is going to come out, but Jmu plays a little bit of that as well. The one thing we don't see banned is the Zillion for Pickle Popper.
Ooh, leaving the sign up. All right. Well, I suspect Enraged Derby's just going to grab
it
that
right
one.
here.
Ooh, or Zillion and the Scion. That's a Bramble special, I bet. Or maybe they don't care about the Scion. Oh my god, they don't care. What? Okay.
All right, so yeah, we do see Arrow Fox falling back to that Sivir, which he played a lot of last season.
Yeah, he played
Another
a lot of
very
it. He hasn't
safe-
actually picked it this season yet, but it was his main champion back in the day. A lot of AP damage coming out from Team Ocean.
Yeah, the Cassiopeia. We don't know if that's a Phoenix or a Jmu cast though, so that'll be interesting to
Yeah,
see where it goes. A nice little flex.
definitely. Ooh, wait,
Blind
the
picking the
blind pick
Alawi.
Alawi?
Oof.
They're like, yeah, you can pick Scion if you want. We're just gonna beat you up. This
There
is
it
probably
is.
gonna make him. Ooh,
The Victor top. He's coming out with
Oh.
a Klepto Victor against the Alawi.
You think so?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because Pickle Popper's already got his champ.
I suppose it could also. I don't know. Does Paco not play in the bot lane?
Oh no,
The
definitely.
Zillion? No. Okay.
No,
Well then,
no.
yeah.
Paco's gonna definitely get on some sort of Thresh or
This
Pike.
draft is on a whole nother level. I'm honestly just so behind the times right now with this. This is ridiculous. Like,
A
no
nice
one touched Scion. Was that like just a gentleman's agreement to not touch that champion because no one likes picking it?
I think they were both baiting each other into it, right? Because I think if they first pick Scion, Enraged Over is going to go Sejuani, which kind of counters Scion. And if Enraged Over picks Scion, then that's my jams would have went Alawi. So they both kind of mind gamed each other, but I think Brambleback came out on top just because they get that Victor pick, which should do really, really well into Alawi.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. I don't know. I know that in terms of I don't know. Well, I'm not gonna make any assumptions about this lane. I have no fucking idea what's going on up there. That's a weird lane.
So Ocean did the research. I love the Olaf ban just because Grey's Gambit was talking up a huge storm about how Olaf completely counters Sejuani. After, I think, their series 2 weeks ago, he just absolutely steamrolled that game. So
Yeah, and I think Olaf is a really good pick when you draft like heavy CC like this Cassiopeia and Sejuani. If the enemy jungler can pick Olaf, you should just take it out.
all right, so
And
we
look at
get
that. That's a pretty good bot lane, I'd say.
Galio Jinx. Yeah, that's a lot of CC
Yeah.
coming out.
Let's see what Paco picks up. Round out this comp with. They need a lot of damage with this comp.
Maybe Pike. I mean, they have a Sivir and Victor, so they have a good
Right,
amount
but
of damage
it's
already.
well, no, because it's Iceborne Victor, right? It's not,
Oh, right, it's Tank Victor.
Yeah. So with the Nunu, I don't know. I mean, like, I get the concept of the comp is good, but this almost seems like too much of one thing, where it's like too much go in, run at you, and not enough actual substantive damage. But maybe, maybe it'll work.
I mean, we don't usually see games going to that 40, 50-minute mark, so I think tanks won't be able to get tanky enough to be able to stop off the Sivir damage.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely putting a lot of faith in Arrow's shoulders that Arrowfox is going to be able to dish those auto attacks out.
Right. But I think they're just hoping to finish it before 30 minutes when the zillion damage is still relative.
Yeah, sure. That's fair. And, I mean, they do, if they pick up like 2 air drakes with this team, they'll just be running around the map. They'll be out rotationing very easily. But, we'll see. And if, conversely, if a couple mountain drakes fall to ocean early, then, I mean, the whole map could die in a single team fight. So, with the Jinx Cassiopeia, the Cassiopeia being able to just stack a bajillion AP because she can get 6 items.
Yeah,
No
plus their Baron take is going to be so quick.
Right. Yeah. The Baron. Yeah. Killing the Baron or the Elder is going to be strong. And I was referring to the tower taking abilities of Jinx and Cassiopeia once they get a couple items is also very strong. So,
but I mean, early game Jinx is a little bit weaker. Cassiopeia is going to have a hard time pushing into a zillion. And
if the Jinx ever gets hooked here, I mean that's going to hurt a lot. The Nautilus like hook auto E into the Sivir Q and then just disengage from Bramble. That's going to be like half or more of the Jinx health. So just gotta have really good positioning here on the Jinx to not end yourself in a world of hurt.
Yeah, but once again, Ocean just has a huge wombo combo of a team fight with the Sejuani, Alawi, Galio, and then just having Jinx and Cassiopeia in the backline. And there's no real assassins to get behind this giant front line from Ocean. So I think if the game goes late enough, Ocean should easily take this game.
Yeah, I think they also just have substantially more damage to go along with that. So like their team fight comes better, they have better CC, and they just have a lot more damage. If it goes to 3-4 items on everybody, I expect them to pull it out. I'm with you on that, but Bramble's definitely looking for the pre 30-minute win, and they definitely picked a high tempo comp that can do that.
Yeah, and I think a lot of this is going to be on the back of Gray's Gambit for Brambleback, just to secure some early ganks off with a new snowball. So we're going to have to really watch the jungler pathing and see if Briggsworth can try to just get a lot of counter ganks off.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing here is the ability of Gray's Gambit to just impact the game. If he can just totally pop off, then none of it's gonna, all the rest isn't gonna matter too much if he can get his lane sufficiently ahead.
Yeah, we'll have to actually see if he could do that, though. I'm assuming he's going to leave topside, just leave it alone, let Enraged Overy poke into Alawi, get those Klepto stacks up, and just try to focus this immobile Cassiopeia.
It's actually kind of funny. I think if I was Cassiopeia here, I would have gone Cleanse. Because what you should look for in this matchup is the level 3, level 4 kill, where you get 2 points in your E, and then you hit him with the Q, and then you just start spamming E. You either flash the double bombs or just cleanse them off. You can do the cleanse first and then flash the second pair to get that solo kill. But, I mean, this is a really volatile lane for the Zillion. Should the Cassiopeia have taken cleanse, but he did not, so...
Yeah, I think the Ignite is also a little bit greedy, just because if you let Zillion get to the 6-minute mark, or sorry, the 6th level mark, yeah, it's completely useless against him, because he's just going to ult, and it's a little bit extra damage that gets wasted.
It's definitely like I'm taking the Summoner spell for the levels 1 to 5. I don't know. Also, with the Phase Rush, that's probably meta at this point, but if you're going for a kill 1 to 5, I would have liked to have seen our Aerie, probably. Like, if that's what your rune choice is, all in, I would have rather seen more damage early, but the meta, if the meta's saying Phase Rush, then...
Yeah, and the Ignite, you just won't even need it late game, because you have a Jinx on beside you.
Yep. Rather take an Exhaust, honestly, at that point, but... Or TP even, but...
But enough of that. It looks like we're going to be getting into game real shortly. Both teams loading up right now. If it'll actually start. I'm just stuck on the screen.
Ooh. Oh, my timer started. Here we go.
Ooh, let's go.
Into the rifts.
So, do you think we're going to see any level 1s out of these two teams? I think the Nautilus hook will be super good.
Yes, the pings would lead me to believe that we're going to see an invade from Bramble and a picket line coming out from Ocean. The double Klepto top. I was wondering about that. Xali is really good with Klepto as well.
Yeah, but that's really, really strong into melee matchups, right? Where you can easily stack it. The Victor is going to be at range, and it's going to be really hard to actually get on him with any auto attacks. So we'll have to see how that Klepto stacks up for Alawi, which I don't think it'll stack very well at all.
Yeah, I mean, some of it is also just the RNGesus of did this Klepto proc get a gold stack and did yours? You know, like if they never get gold stacks and you do, then you're winning, even if you get less procs of it. So there's some amount of RNGesus to it, but yeah, I think I'm definitely with you that Victor should proc it more, no doubt.
But we just have both junglers starting on their blue buffs respectively. I don't think we have any pings coming out from Brambleback, so they might not know Sejuani is here. But if the Jinx and Cobalt show early, Gray's Gambit should be able to see, or just know that Sejuani started topside. Yeah, we might see some of that vertical jungling that was being discussed on State of the League. We had early gank coming out from the Nunu. Hits level 2, is going straight in. Hook is down from Colonel Paco. He gets the auto attack down onto Cobalt. Has to burn his flash, but gets out with 100 HP. The really smart gank coming out from Gray's Gambit right there.
Yeah, and I'm surprised to see Pickle Popper manage to hit 2 before Phoenix in the mid lane. I don't know. That seems like you could just guarantee that you will hit too as the Cassiopeia, but Pickle Popper's also landing a lot of bombs here. So
Yeah, I think Phoenix is more playing to go even in lane just to hit that late game.
all right, where's Gray's Gambit going here? This is not a mid lane gank that's gonna work as well.
Gets the double bomb off though, so that's a lot of damage.
Yep, gets the knock up into the double bomb. So maybe not a gank looking for a kill, just getting the pressure onto his mid lane. Those ganks are actually sometimes even more helpful if you can leverage it correctly and like set out off the gank, set up the wave control. You can like really put a big CS lead punishment down. Not the case of what happened right there, but it can happen. Top lane looking like there's some confusion about whose territory this is, and I think it's gonna end up. Oh,
yeah, it was a really good flash from Enraged Over to get out of that one.
Yeah,
but he has to dodge these tentacles,
which I think he can do.
Yeah, you only need to dodge that first one. If you don't actually take the tentacle, then the next ones won't spawn.
That's true, but they also give you gold, so
yeah, fair. Just get good with your footwork and be greedy.
Right. That's what I always say. But also, Phoenix is really getting kind of shut down here pretty hard. Pickle Popper does seem, or is out of mana, I suppose. But Phoenix is not looking healthy right now.
Yeah, I'd rather be out of mana than out of health.
Yeah, he can throw another bomb right now, so this is probably a good base from Phoenix, but bad communication to not just tell Briggsworth to go get that wave here. You don't just want to let that die to nothing, which, you know, maybe it won't get to the tower, but it should. Wow. Oh, yeah, it is. All right.
Yeah. And Pickle Popper gets a good back, but actually is only up 4 CS, which the Phoenix will be able to pick up pretty easily right here. See a gank coming top. Gray's Gambit coming for this. A stun lands from Enraged Over. That's my jam flashes, but Nunu makes the turn, is able to get the knock up, and the snare's coming down. And that's first blood going over to Gray's Gambit. Really, really good gank from him.
Getting that big chunk bite at the end to finish it off. And now he's pushing in the lane and emoting for the memes. That's going to help a good amount. Yeah, that's going to give the sheen over to Enraged Over, which will really start the abuse.
And he was definitely spotted on this ward in the river, so it was just a little bit of aggressiveness from That's My Jams and a good stun coming out from Enraged Over.
You know, this might actually work. They got 2 melees, so if they proc the Sejuani E fast enough, they could take this, but it doesn't really seem like they're doing it, but no one's rotating, and
yeah, Colonel Paco stepping up is going to see this. Cobalt is super low.
Yeah, are they going to see how low the team got, though?
Paco's going for it.
Sitting there like, don't fucking...
He's got Flash and Ignite.
He's dead. He doesn't have Flash. I mean, you get the Ocean. It's not the ideal Drake to take, but it'll definitely help Phoenix in the mid lane with the push, getting that mana regen a little bit going.
I mean, Ocean Drake's going to be really good for That's My Jams, too, to be able to sustain Enraged Over his poke in this lane.
Yeah. Oh, does Briggsworth have Q? Oh, man. He does. He definitely should have ignored those wraiths and just Q'd on that guy.
Yeah, Pickle Popper stepping up a little far, but isn't going to be punished for it.
Yeah, it was a really good, I guess, zoning miasma. Is that what that ability is called? The W?
Yeah, miasma.
Yeah, miasma. It was a really good zoning miasma to not let Pickle Popper walk back into the lane. And I think that also seemed like a miscommunication. I feel like if they had communicated that better, they could have just gone over the wall and gotten a flash for, you know, the cost of doing your wraiths 10 seconds later.
Ping's coming in mid.
Yeah,
Gray's Gambit just rolling by.
Pickle Popper just leveling him up as he goes past.
Gray's Gambit wasn't even looking for a gank. He just wanted to level. Hey, I'm coming mid so you can use your passive. Cool, thanks, bye. We see him going deep into Briggsworth's jungle and getting a pink ward very far in, so they're going to have a lot of information.
See if that ever gets spotted. Also, in the top line, we see Enraged Over not going straight into the S-Born. I don't...
No, Phoenix flashes straight into the snowball. Double bomb doesn't go down. Good turnaround, though. Ult does a lot of damage. Pickle Popper was grounded up. So a lot of damage traded from Phoenix, but he still blows his summoner spell.
Yeah. So, all right, correct. Ooh, no,
Sorry.
reached over. No. Oh man,
Gank coming in bot lane, but traps will stop that from coming. Nice placement by, but they're still going.
get slow.
A lot of damage being put down on Cobalt, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to get anything. Chrono Pocket does just hit 6 though.
Yeah, Jmu trades back a little bit, but
Nothing happened there. Yeah, and Raged Over is actually taking a beating in this top.
yeah,
lane.
this he opted to upgrade the core instead of just going straight into the armor and mana. I don't remember it so well, but pretty sure you're just supposed to go into the Iceborne and skip over the core items. Maybe other people know more.
I think the issue is right now he doesn't have the wave management, and he wants to push in. So if he goes for the Sheen, he just doesn't have the wave clear, and Alawi can just shove him in all day.
Yeah, I mean the Iceborne is definitely the key to help with the wave clear. But I guess maybe you go with the first one and then you go for it. But we'll see if he even does. He might just go straight AP.
Yeah, I haven't seen the top lane Victor in a while though.
Right, exactly. I don't really remember.
Smite fight in the bot lane.
Picks it up, and I think he wins this 1v1.
And Gallia's there too, coming in, has the ultimate down.
Oh, he should have let the stun last a little longer.
And Jinx ult gets blocked by Colonel Paco, who's super low in the spot lane. It has to
That was
go
actually... That's a really good turn of events there for Ocean.
Yeah, and they're putting down a lot of pressure in all these supposedly winning lanes for Brambleback. So Ocean coming out really strong into this game. And if they keep staying even, they're eventually just going to be able to take it over by the scaling of their team comp.
Yeah, and Ridge Delivery also just keeps taking the full what is that? What is that ability called? The full test of spirit to the face. He gets pulled and then stays in the range. Isn't really walking out for whatever reason.
Yeah, so maybe a little unfamiliar with that matchup.
Yeah.
Definitely not having good showing when he's not on a tank. But once he finishes that Iceborne Gauntlet, it'll most likely get better for him.
Yeah, it'll get better. But at this point, it might be too late. He's already 20 farm down. And if the Alawi gets the Black Cleaver before he gets the Iceborne, then the power spike you get from the Iceborne is severely minimalized.
The one thing Brambleback do have going for them is Pickle Popper just putting down a lot of damage onto Phoenix Z in this mid lane.
Yeah, he also has his tier and has been stacking it already, where in his 216 in that stack, and Phoenix hasn't even bought... Well, he just bought it. So that's definitely on the plus for Bramble. Bacillion is absolutely beating out Cassiopeia in the moon.
And everything else seems even, but one thing is that's absolutely crazy is this is Dwani's farm is at 62 right now at 10 minutes,
he's farming
which
like
is
a monster.
crazy. And Gray's Gambit is down to 33.
He's been power farming. I mean, that's why when he went to that blue buff earlier to steal, he was 6, and he knew he could just, like, bully him out.
I don't think this is the fight you want, Gray. Alright. Just checks the snowball and walks out.
And Raged Over being forced back to base again.
Yo, that's why James can just flash on him. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Pings out onto the Cassiopeia. He caught out a little bit. Gray's Gambit is going in. Nice dodge on the ultimate. Pickle Popper turning around at the right instant. And that's an easy pickup for him. And meanwhile, they're continuing to fight, even though they know their mid laner is dead. And Briggsworth is getting engaged upon, but good taunt coming out from the Galio. Now Jmu's just in the backline, able to do so much damage. Gets excited, but now Zillion is here joining the fight. A double bomb going down onto the backline. Siver's now allowed a free hit. And there's so many low health bars on the side of Ocean.
Yeah.
Siver is down. Zillion has the bomb, can just walk away, but Siver ends up flashing for that kill.
I think that's the right move. I think, well, maybe not flashing for it, but I think giving that kill to Sivir, if you can allow it, is the move, because as we spoke earlier, she is the primary damage on this team.
Yeah, and that was an absolutely great fight for Ocean right at the beginning. But once they extended it, Pickle Popper was able to roam down with his W speeding, or his E speeding him up, and just turned it around.
In the top lane, and Rage Every picks up the second upgrade to that core. Oh, the TP coming down? Wait. This seems like a wild TP.
It does seem
They
like
didn't
a
even
wild
see it.
TP.
They didn't see the TP happen.
Although Gray's Gambit is right here. They can turn this. That's my jam.
Yeah,
Oh, Galio
just wait.
coming in. Good defensive ult. Keeps him scared. Brambleback ends up backing off from that.
Yeah, but they use Galio ult and Alawi ult, and they use Alawi TP, and I mean they have to get this Infernal Drake, or that was just so not worth it. But
It doesn't actually look like they're gonna pull the trigger on it. Cassiopeia shoved in mid lane, and they have to go now. I mean, you saw Aerofox super low. You saw him backing. Pull Phoenix over and just start it. Doesn't look like they're gonna get it.
yeah, I mean, it's just not. Ooh.
Pickle Popper getting caught out a little bit. A good bush gank
but
coming
there's no
out.
damage here. This is the Jinx Rocket. That's the damage.
Zillion ult comes out, gets the double bomb down, but now it's a 4v3. But looks like all the team's gonna just back out. So good zoning ults coming out, but Colonel Paco's still going in. Double bombs are amazing. A lot of damage being traded back. Sejuani ult come down, but he's out of the fight. Cassiopeia in the back lane, but it doesn't have enough damage, and Aerofox just able to free attack. Jinx is going to be going down. Bomb right there. Give the kill over to Aerofox, who's now 5-0 on this Sivir. And Brambleback is just showing up to these team fights, saying, you have the power of friendship. We actually know how to team fight in this game.
Yeah, they just didn't team fight well. I mean, all they had to do was stand in front of that Cassiopeia and the Jinx and not let her get hooked. She just gets hooked and dies. If she lives there and she just is spamming out those E's, I mean that's gonna decimate them right there. Walking into that bush to face check like that.
And they also get the Infernal
that is a team
on
fight.
top of it.
Yeah, that's a team fight you absolutely want back. And that's my gem. Really is doing quite well in this, I believe. I guess he didn't get the test there. He actually fought him off a bit. So that was pretty good, I suppose.
Yeah. Small victories for Enraged Over. But he is still down about 15 CS to this Alawi, who's just going to become a teamfight monster with that ultimate leap of faith.
It's definitely possible. But so far, I mean, I think they need the teamfight monster. Like if that last Dragon fight was any showing of how they play their team fights, they're gonna need as much help as they can because that was not good.
Yeah, and we did see that Ocean decided not to go for the Infernal when they used the TP down there, and then that's my Jams had to walk back to lane, and that's why he wasn't able to. It's just an unfortunate, I guess, communication error, or just they didn't make the call to go for the Drake and chose to fight after it.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot going on here, right? I feel like this game is a lot harder than a lot of people leave it out to be, and if you're already uncomfortable in your lanes, then it can only get harder. And their mid and bot were both very uncomfortable with where these lanes went in the early game. So they weren't able to like say, hey, we're still kind of strong, we can still fight this in time. So then they just got ran over. They just got totally bodied, to say the least.
Before that team fight happened, though, they were pretty even in gold. I mean, a little bit of that was in the top lane matchup, but Jmu still is very strong, sitting in that
Holy moly.
sword.
This Victor has invested so much into this hack score. I mean, I guess it's worked. He's gotten the wave clear. I mean, he's
and I mean, at this point,
he's only down
Victor,
30.
You're not trying to win lane. You're trying to keep the Alawi in lane with you, so the rest of your team can win with.
Yeah, that's definitely good news. And I mean, I guess that he didn't go for the Iceborne, so going for the Black Cleaver wasn't necessary for That's My Jam. But without the Cleaver, once he starts getting armor, it's going to be pretty hard to kill this Victor with the shield stacking.
And we get a 4-man fight in the bot lane. Brambleback stacking up onto this turret, but the Jinx does have a good amount of wave clear. It looks like they're just backing off. Cobalt's going in, but the Jinx isn't there. Flash is in for a taunt, but the turret's just going to go down anyways.
Yeah, that was horrible miscommunication again. And now they're in a terrible spot, and the Nunu can just run at them.
Yeah, so Briggsworth right there needs to step in front of the Jinx to take the snowball, but Brambleback is just calling for the engage. Ultimate come down onto Briggsworth, doesn't have enough to kill him. Aerofox just goes down to a tower shot, And that is a huge shutdown for Jmu on this Jinx, and that's not what you want to see if you're a Brambleback fan.
If yeah, they actually, man, I feel like they could have taken that fight still.
Yeah.
But
I feel like Phoenix should have this turret down by now in mid lane. He's been there alone for at least 3 minutes.
yeah, so he actually just doesn't have any AP right now. So his autos just don't do anything to the tower. 81 AP on. He's only been stacking mana, so he just hasn't scaled the mana into the AP yet, which isn't great.
Yeah, but a small misstep from Aerofox with that huge shutdown over to Jinx.
Yeah, I still think like if they had communicated like, hey, let's hold this tower, let's fight the 3v4, and just all had done it, they probably would have. I mean, they might have been fine, honestly.
The thing is, they still had the Zillion ult, so Brambleback might not have died.
That's true.
But it looks like they're.
I guess if you're a Team Ocean fan right now, what you want your team to be doing is making calls and sticking with them.
And not dying top lane to a gank. That's my James flashing onto Enraged Over, but misses the ultimate.
No.
And doesn't look like he's going to be able to get out of this one. And just goes down to Gray's Gambit.
Unfortunate. I think he should have just sat in that bush, waited until both of the melee gankers were on top of him, and then hit the 3-man ult. Go for the kill them all instead of the kill the one person.
And we see Rift Herald summoned in the mid lane, but doesn't have enough damage. Pickle Pop's just there, is able to clear it out. And Ocean, with that Rift Herald summon, goes straight for the Mountain Drake. But this is going to be fighting a 4v4 while Phoenix is super low. Cobalt's going in, gets the taunt onto the Nunu. Smite's going to come down for Briggsworth, gets it. But they're fighting a 4v5. That's my Jams is still dead in base. Jinx does get... Nope, never mind. The Zillion ultimate cancels the death, so he just goes down for free as well. And that is a 4-0 in favor of Brambleback. Good team fight coming out of them, fighting the back to front really, really well.
But it does show you a little bit about the flaws in Bramble's team comp here with their damage, because they basically were wailing on Team Ocean for half of that dragon's life and didn't kill them until after the dragon had already died.
Yeah, so a little bit of a I don't even know. I don't like that call from Ocean. You know your top lane is dead. You know Enraged Over, he has teleport. You're just putting yourself in awkward situations where you're not going to win fights.
Yeah, it definitely seems like they don't it seems like they don't know the macro game well enough to make the informed calls, and I mean that's really hurting them here.
Yeah, they need to just slow it down. Let Cassiopeia get a couple items. Let this Jinx get a couple more items. And you saw in the backline, like, Jinx had like 6 or 7 free auto attacks off. And if that's at a 40-minute mark, she's going to absolutely destroy the entire team with that.
Right. Yeah, if she even, I mean, she doesn't even need the full Zeal item to wipe them in that case. She just needed the Zeal and the IE. She didn't have them, but I mean, it's also not just the Jinx. The Cassiopeia is a monster in the late game.
Yeah, but Cassiopeia is going to get caught out right now. Has the flash up, but the auto attack comes down. It's good stun coming out onto Aerofox.
Wait.
And has a lot of damage. TP coming out, but why would you...
Okay.
They're backing out after the TP comes in.
Yeah, again, another miscommunication, and there's the Gallual onto nothing. Yeah, man, it's hard to watch, because they have the right team comp to win this, and they have the strength and the numbers sometimes, and
I mean, maybe they just didn't want to fight that just because Jmu was bot side.
well, right. I mean, it was the obvious call was Phoenix and Briggsworth saying, "Okay, we lived. We're not fighting this." And that's my Jam says, "No, we're fighting this." And Cobalt comes in with Gallual because we're fighting this. But just having 2 different trains of
yeah, that's my Jam.
It's not the move.
He's able to put down a lot of damage. And it looks like Cobalt's going to be trying to go in, but doesn't get the taunt off on Pickle Popper. And honestly, this is really good for Ocean just because they get to stall out the game. They get a little bit of gold in their pockets with that mid lane turret. And Jinx just gets to sit bot lane and free farm against Enraged Over.
This extension of the game right here where Jinx has been free farming against the Victor in the bot lane has actually been net positive for Ocean because it has allowed them to scale that Jinx up a little bit.
They're going to try to go on Colonel Paco right here, but he's able to hook himself away. And now Briggsworth might be caught out.
Yeah, he should have gone over the... Okay,
all right. Yeah,
Yep,
all right. We'll see it.
And now Jamu's rotating up. I don't agree with this. I think he should have just stayed bot, farmed against the Victor.
Yeah, but they're rotating Phoenix down against Victor. So, like, if you're giving the free farm over to the Jinx or the Cassiopeia, it's fine either way.
That's true.
They're both going to be fed towards the end.
Yeah, I just think at the moment, I think that Cassiopeia offers a lot more to the wave clear. Maybe not a lot more, but some amount more.
Yeah, we do see that Brambleback is highly favoring this 4-1 push setup. Just letting Enraged Ovary sit in a side lane and get more farm. But honestly, I think it's better for Ocean just because you're feeding one of the carries.
Yeah, this stall is way better for Ocean right now. This is all they've asked for. This is it right here.
Yeah, that's why James is actually pretty strong right now. Actually went for the Death's Dance over the Black Cleaver first item.
Right.
So in teamfights, that ultimate's going to do a lot and be able to heal him up for a good amount of damage if he can hit it on multiple members.
Yep. Well, we got a Infernal Drake coming up. The sidewall isn't spectator bug, right? Of the pit. That's actually what it is, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's Infernal coming up.
Yeah, cool. So we got an Infernal coming up.
And it looks like Bramble's just straight down running for it.
Right, they're rotating over to this way before Ocean is. Hopefully Ocean is aware that it's spawning.
But the good news is...
They do seem to be.
That's my Jams is able to get into the push in mid lane, so it's going to cause Pickle Popper to have to rotate
go for this pick. See, the thing is, That's My Jams is not the person you want to be.
But hits the hook on him. They end up backing away from it.
Nah, it's... Yeah. They should know that, like, if they even try that pick, it's going to go poorly. Because they go in, they put the double melee onto the Alawi, and then the Galliol comes down in the Alawi, and everybody dies. So that's... They know that's not what they want, so...
If you're Ocean, though, can you even fight this right now? Your Jinx has no Zeal item. The Sivir's got fully completed 2 items. The Galio goes over for the taunt, but Nunu is able to consume Smite it. And a huge fight coming out. A lot of damage being traded back. Zillion ends up taking out the Galio, and Briggsworth is super low. Phoenix Z is in the wrong neighborhood. It's just in the back of the pit, not able to do anything. And then Enraged Ovary just goes on to Sejuani, and Jamu's all by himself, unable to do anything. Flashes over the wall, but can't get away, actually. Pickle Popper has so many speed up. That's my Jams. Flashes in, but doesn't have ult, so he's unable to actually do anything. That's just straight up an ace for Brambleback right there.
I think he misread that situation a little bit.
Yeah, I don't
this
think...
should be an easy inhib.
He might tried flashing for an ult, but the problem for Ocean right there was you had a front line, but your Cassiopeia was on the opposite side, and she wasn't sitting behind him. And she couldn't get in to do damage since she was zoned out, and Jinx just tried her hardest, but you were sitting on 1,500 gold, so I don't know. Jamu just didn't have any damage in that team fight. And Brambleback was able to clean it up pretty easily. This Zillion ult is coming out huge for them, able to send in one of the tanks and revive him at pretty much full health now.
Let's if we take a look at the AP between the mid laners, there's like an 150 AP difference right now. That is not what you want to see.
Yeah, and Pickle Popper 5-0-10 on this Zillion. Has 2 items completed and that needlessly large rod.
Yeah, now there's more than a 200 AP difference between the mid laners.
And even though in the first 15 minutes of the game was relatively even, Brambleback have been able to just team fight their way into a 7k gold lead, which is pretty massive at 25 minutes.
Yeah. Zillion picks up one of the blue buffs. Victor picks up the other. Yeah, Ocean is straight up not having a good time. That's absolutely true. But they could be. They just gotta live. They just gotta live, man. That, at this point, you might be in the save mode of like, all right, you know, like that last dragon fight, probably shouldn't have taken it. Probably should have just let them have that.
Probably should have just let them have it. But again, we were talking about how this Ocean team comp scales into the late game if they can stall long enough. But now that there are two Infernals on the side of Brambleback, do they still win that late game team fight? Because that's 12% extra AD and AP damage. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to see.
And Sivir's 9-1. They're so far ahead right now. It's just, it doesn't look good for Ocean. And even though you have this Alawi being able to win the side lane.
Oh, are you going to drift
getting left
out?
Jaymu. Oh, Cobalt does get a good taunt though.
Really
But the Cassiopeia is not there. This is a 4v3. A huge ult coming out from Colonel Paco, able to knock up everybody. And they just absolutely destroy that team fight.
Yeah, and Alawi's feeling a little bit of the pressure now, trying to get something back for her team, but won't do it.
Yeah, and they elect to step up into the Baron Pit with 3 members versus the 4 members of Brambleback, and that just didn't go well for Ocean.
It's really hard to leave the base right now against this. It's not quite a pick comp, but it's like this Omega run at you comp with the Zillion the Sivir into the Zillion speed and onto the Nunu. He just runs at you. So it's really hard to leave your base, but you also don't just want to give up the Baron for free, because now it might have been hard to leave your base before, but now you're going to be in your base and they're just going to be taking it. So, I mean, rock in a hard place, I suppose, on this one. Just too far behind. 2-21.
Yeah.
10k gold lead.
Honestly, the biggest problem for me is Ocean put up a good fight this game. Then I mean, it's not over yet, but they've haven't been playing towards their team fight. I mean, I guess I'm saying they've been playing too much towards their team fight. They need to stall. They don't need to fight right now.
It's my gem with the fancy feet work there, dodging 3 skill shots.
Yeah, and this is just going to be an easy walk-in and easy turret for Brambleback. They should be able to take this one no problem.
Notice how they also they switched Enraged Overraid to the top lane, knowing that That's My Jam wouldn't read that and wouldn't switch himself. So yeah, not the best spot to be in. You'd rather have that Alawi in the sideline, I suppose, at this point. He has the Black Cleaver, so actually is able to shred the armor a little bit of the Iceborne.
Yeah, and it looks like Ocean's calling Phoenix Z over, but he actually just goes to the mid lane to clear out that super minion. And it's going to be walking back top.
Can someone tell me why Alawi Conqueror isn't a thing? Because that seems real good.
It is really good. But we see an ult coming in. Briggsworth gets onto Gray's Gambit, but that's just too much damage coming out from the Sivir. Nunu ult is in the middle of the team. Alawi ult comes down, but doesn't have anything. Galio ends up going down to the Sivir. Good hook onto That's My Jams from Colonel Paco. And she just goes down to the Sivir. Arrow Fox alive, doing a lot of damage. Jaymu's still there, but the entire base is just getting destroyed.
Honestly, Aerofox having the game of his life right now. Just dishing out the auto attacks, standing safe as all heck, and just for free. For free! He's not even being pressured by anyone. Just auto attack, auto attack, auto attack, bounce, 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 bounce. Whole team does.
Yeah, when you have this, I don't even know. Ocean just fell extremely far behind this game, trying to force fights that they didn't need to fight.
Yeah, you know, but that's one thing is like it is a little bit of a learning process. So the fights that, like the dragon fight that they lost, where they all were like, okay, we're making this call, we're going in. That's like kind of okay to see because at least they all made the same goddamn call. That top lane thing where they TP'd Galio ulted to nothing, that's a whole different story, you know. Like that needs to get fixed. You got to make the same calls. You gotta be clear on your calls and making the same ones.
Yeah, definitely. But we're going to send it back for a quick 6-minute timer and see if Ocean can come back in Game 2 and take down this Brambleback squad.
On down into the middle of the party said yeah. In the cool of the happy, they went fire. Purple and talking about the power of the gospel. In the cool of the happy, they went fire.
Did you feel the beat? Look at our bouncing. Why don't we kick the rhythm till party's done? Now people want to stop the frenzy happening, but when the DJ stops the sound, let us ride. Did you feel the beat? Look at our bouncing. Why don't we kick the rhythm till party's done?
But back to the game at hand, we do see a Nocturne ban coming out against Briggsworth and the Malzahar against Phoenix. And the same Poppy Leona bans against Colonel Paco. And honestly, that bot lane of J-Moon Cobalt was able to withstand the pressure of the Nautilus Sivir very well in lane.
I do wonder if Sion's going to be a thing in this matchup, or if both teams are thinking like, we each have a counter for it. No one should pick it, as you were suggesting to in the previous draft. Will Sejuani be first picked this time by Bramble?
I honestly don't think so. They'll probably just give it over because they weren't that scared of it. If you're getting first pick, I think you just go for the Sivir, get Aerofox onto a comfort champion right here, since that Ezreal did get banned away.
Yeah, that's true.
And I mean, the dude was insane. He was something
spending,
like, Zillion works too.
Yeah, kind of forgot that champion existed, and Pickle Popper will pick it every single time that it's left open.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Pickle Popper didn't even die last game, so his KDA is going to skyrocket in the series.
It's pretty easy to not die when only 2 people on your team die and you have a Zillion ult.
Yeah, exactly. And Aerofox also pulled out an impressive KDA that series. I think he ended up with 14 kills, which is absolutely insane. We see the Jarvan coming out, so that could be That's My Jams Jarvan, but most likely going to be for Briggsworth.
Well, it's probably a top lane, right? Because otherwise Briggsworth would have just picked it. I don't know. Maybe not.
Maybe they're just discussing on the pick and they knew.
What I'm saying here is the draft was not broken. Ocean's draft was not broken. So for them to go 90 degrees and change it all up, kind of questionable to me. But
yeah, they just needed to change up how they played. But it looks like they're just getting more of their comfort picks. The Cobalt Vel'Koz is...
Bramble's just going to do the exact same draft because their draft wasn't broken either if they're going to play it that way and if Ocean's going to let them. So
yeah, something that we could actually see from Ocean would just be some sort of more of a disengage. But you already have the Vel'Koz picked up, so there's no support that like a Zyra or a Nami coming out for them. We do see the Sivir coming out for Aerofox once again, just getting on that comfort pick.
Is it definitely a Cobalt Vel'Koz is what we're thinking right now?
I mean, like 90%, but it could be a Phoenix one. Most likely going to be on that support. I think they're definitely going to want to try to give Phoenix a good pick into Zillion, and I don't think Vel'Koz is really what you want, just because Zillion has that speed up and is able to gonna be able to dodge a lot of his abilities. I want to see Phoenix pop off this game. Kill the pickle. Oof. And a Mundo coming out for That's My Jams. It'll be a huge tank line. All right.
Yeah.
So
Mundo for That's My Jam.
So it's a Jarvan jungle definitely at this point. And Mundo.
So now that you picked the Mundo and you're saying, okay, we're not picking Sion. Okay, so why not instead of picking Mundo, why not just pick Sion there and then ban the counter picks? Or like ban the Victor, ban the Sej. I mean, I guess they just would rather have the Mundo.
Yeah, and I think Enraged Over is actually going to pick up the Sejuani right here. But we see 80 carry bans getting focused on Jmu. The Kalista banned out, the Kai'Sa getting banned out next. So trying to force him down the tier list. And honestly, I really don't want to see a Lucian come out for him. But you might be forced onto it.
I won't be denied.
All right, well, they do read this Sejuani anyway. Whether they read it in the jungle or in the top lane, they take it away. Honestly, it's just a good ban at that point if you're hitting 2 positions with it.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe just go back to the Victor. Pretty sure that works with the Klepto and the Mundo as well.
Yeah, the Klepto works, and Mundo won't have as much pressure on you as Alawi.
Could
just because
go
of the range.
Urgot. Honestly, could go Urgot.
No,
because
Urgot just got gutted. He got nerfed into Oblivion. We're never going to see an Urgot again.
Yeah, but Urgot's pretty good in the Mundo, I'm pretty sure. Because when you ult on Mundo, your health drops. So, like, you lose 20% of your max health when you ult or some bullshit like that. So it just, like, procs his ult immediately. if you ult so if you're playing Urgot, if you ult if the Mundo ults too late, they just kill themselves. But I don't know.
A quirky pickup. I think that's going to be for Phoenix. Actually,
Okay.
maybe J-Move?
It's a lot
I don't know, but that's so much
of
AP.
magic damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that Trundle jungle or Trundle top, do you think?
Top against the Mundo. Well, Gray plays it, right? So
Yeah.
it could be jungle.
I mean,
We'll
I think
find
it's a
out
pretty good
in-
counter to the Mundo.
We'll find out in 10 seconds.
Yeah, definitely. The Zinzao,
And
so
it's
it is
top.
a Trundle top. Okay, I like that pickup. Mundo's going to get super tanky, and once you hit 6 on Trundle, you'll just be able to take all those stats away from him. The Vladimir coming out for Phoenix.
But that is just the most AP.
Yeah, there's no AD at all on the side of Ocean. They just
You
need
either
an
got to go
AD
full
carry.
you either got to go full lethality Jarvan here, or
I mean, you gotta.
dude, I don't know.
The front line of the Trundle and Nautilus is going to be able to soak up a lot of this poke, so I'm a little worried for this draft. I mean, if Jmu had an AD carry, I think it would have been better for them, but it's going to be hard to fight in the late game team fights, and we saw how far they fell behind
Yeah,
at that
so
10 to
picking
15
Corky,
minute mark.
picking Corky right after the second ban phase kind of just feel when you have mid and AD carry to pick. When you have picking Corky though, just feels like you're outthinking yourself. That I don't know, man. That this draft feels maybe too over prepared for motion. It might be the exact draft they wanted, the exact characters they wanted. But I don't think it's a good one.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned with it myself, but they do have
Yeah, so-
a lot of AoE damage with the Jarvan, Vlad, and Vel'Koz, and the Corgi poking out those rockets. So if they can get ahead early game, and Briggsworth, shows up and actually is able to put down a lot of pressure on these lanes, they can try to snowball to a victory, getting early dragons and objectives.
Yep.
But the problem is they didn't do that game one, and
Yep. And the Vlad took Ignite again, which is not a good move. Again. It's just like same reason as last time, where like if you're taking Ignite into Zillion, your goal is to kill him before 6. Well,
but Vlad
now
has
you're picking Vladimir, so
Yeah.
you're not gonna kill him before 6. Unless you're Shu. I've seen Shu do that once or twice. And mystified me.
not into a zillion though. Come on.
Yeah, not into a Zillion, but still.
It was I don't know. Ocean, I think
Look, man,
if they stayed
I-
the same, went for that scaling team cut fight, and then just played towards it and just slowed down the game and just
Yep.
didn't try to force fights, then they would
Yeah,
have been
just-
fine.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Just they changed the game plan when the game plan wasn't broken. It's just they just need to execute it better.
Well, let's hope they can show up a little bit better in this game and not fall behind super. I guess it wasn't. They didn't even fall behind. They were very even early on. So I don't know. So where do you want to see Briggsworth actually focusing in this game?
Well, because he's playing jungle Jarvan, I'm gonna really hope he's not focusing on his farm number. That's what happened last time on a character that I also don't think you should really focus on your farm number on. So he should just get into the lanes, man. Excuse me. Get in the lanes. Trundle's a good gank. Zillion works. Honestly, all three of these lanes are really gankable. Probably the easiest is going to be top or bot. Top gives you the cleaver slow, and bot gives you the knockup from the Vel'Koz, as well as the long range slow on the Q. Ganking for Vladimir can be tricky. It can be doable, but just kind of hard.
All right. So we'll have to see where that goes. And I mean, I'm actually really excited to see Gray's Gambit on Zinzao.
Yeah,
Zinzao.
honestly, I'm kind of expecting him to outfarm and outgank Briggsworth in this matchup, because Zinzao farms faster than Jarvan can, really, and ganks similarly on like a similar tier as the J4 is able to gank.
Yeah, so we're going to have to see how Ocean tries to play around Gray's Gambit, because that I mean, he's just a monster. We saw how much he was ganking early game with that Nunu. I think he went gank bot, gank top, recalled, farmed up, ganked top again. It was just all over the place with those snowballs. It's crazy. Blowing flashes left and right. Dude's a madman. I guess Enraged Over doesn't really play Trundle that much. He only has 8,000 points on him. So that could be a matchup you can try to abuse if you're the Jarvan Mundo. Which honestly, if you can get this Mundo ahead, then the Sivir is not really going to be able to do too much to you once you start hitting those giant armor items. But enough of that. We're going to be jumping into the game right now. Game 2 between Ocean versus Brambleback. Bramble on the blue side, Ocean on the red. And we'll have to see if Bramble can steamroll this game again and have an explosive kill rate. Oh,
Yeah.
they had like what, 25 kills in a 25
Yeah,
minute game?
it was ridiculous. 25 to 2
crazy.
or something. Okay, picket line coming out. They're Bramble's gonna go for the invade path up towards the enemy red buff.
And it looks like they're going to try to get behind
Yeah.
this Mundo.
They aren't gonna get spotted here either.
Yeah, no wards coming out from Cobalt. Oh,
Ooh.
did Cobalt see him?
Nope,
No
doesn't
pings?
see him. Doesn't see him. I switched the fog of war. Didn't see him walk in there. They were literally right there. It was very. Oh, Mundo. Mundo saw him.
They pinged him out.
Yeah,
They know
Pickle
they're
Popper. Pickle Popper stepped out of the bush for like half a second.
It's actually really unfortunate because that would have set Gray's Gambit up pretty well. And now they're just camping this bush right here. And Colonel Pocket's going to walk
is
straight
gonna
into
work.
him. This is going to work.
Yep.
Oh, they step out of the bush. Corky, what are you doing? Go in on them. A lot of damage going down. Colonel Pocket getting chunked to about a third health.
That was
They just
weird.
back out. They were so scared. Why didn't you just take that fight?
Well, they didn't. I mean, they only had one. They didn't have any CC. They had one slowing ability. They all used their ability and auto attack and do about half his health. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, I guess they just like didn't have a good team comp to do that with. So why are they sitting there? I mean, I guess they got a good trade.
Grace Gambit's coming up right now. He does get spotted out by Cobalt, so they know he's here. And the hook comes down from Colonel Paco, but Cobalt's able to just walk away. Grace Gambit's here, but he's not going to be able to blow any flashes. And Briggsworth ends up just going to his Gromp for a second camp.
Oh.
He's going to be able to spot Grace Gambit right here. Has the smite up, but so does Gray. So who's going to get the Scuttle Crab?
Oh,
And Grace Gambit's just going to turn on him.
buff.
Briggsworth
Yeah.
is just taking a lot of damage right now. He's going to have to flash, but Gray didn't end up following him.
Oh.
Still going in. Gray's Gambit's going to be going. Has his E back up.
He's
Doesn't
out.
get the charge down in time. Jarvan's able to flag over the wall.
But that's the other thing is neither Vlad or Zillion are good lane pushers right now. So neither of them, like, even if either of them respond to an invade, they're not going to do very much right at the moment. You know, not until they both scale pretty well. So items and levels, they'll do okay. Specifically with the Vlad, he really just needs a whole ton of CDR before he can do too much. I mean, I guess actually that's true about the Zillion too. They both just need to find the CDR. Oh, good stun coming in from Pickle Popper. Gray's Gambit looking for the knockup. Flash by Phoenix to avoid dying.
Yeah, I don't know if he needed a flash there, but it was... the pool was able to let him survive through that second
Yeah.
bomb.
Right, and not get knocked up either. Ooh, in the bot lane, Arrow Fox.
Gray's Gambit is going in on Briggsworth right now. Airfox gets super low, but he's
Yeah.
able to survive. But now we have Briggsworth just dying to Gray's Gambit invade.
Yeah, so Gray's Gambit invades on the blue side and forces the flash and knows he doesn't have the cooldowns to follow the flash and get the kill. So instead he backs out, heals up to full, chugs a potion, goes to the red buff, and fights the level 3 versus the level 2. and knowing the Jarvan has no flash is able to pick that one up for free, pretty much.
The way Gray's Gambit was unafraid right there was just because the Trundle had a huge shove in on the Mundo, and Mundo was stuck under tower. So Gray's Gambit knew his top laner would have been able to support him before Briggsworth could.
I'm checking out the rune pages. It looks like Pickle Popper and Colonel Paco both took double MR this game. Double MR runes. Arrow Fox didn't take any MR runes. Probably opting for the adaptive and the health, I imagine.
Raged Over is super low here, but he is getting supported by Gray's Gambit, who's level 4.
Yeah, and the wave is frozen here, so this is actually not a good location for That's My Jam to be. Although Gray's Gambit left, if That's My Jam gets greedy, he'd win that.
He would definitely win that, but it looks like he's gonna.
I mean, he has good wards. I feel like he should just go for it, but oh well.
He needs to focus his mini wave and not let Enraged Over freeze under the tower.
No, he's just
Enraged Over is baiting.
All right, and there's
Gray's Gambit's here, but Enraged Over is super low because That's My Jams has the flash up and he's able just to walk away.
Yeah, good job holding that. Paco also being pretty disciplined right here, holding his hook, not throwing it on,
on cooldown, pretty much.
Right. Well, would not throw it. Like, look at how out that.
He's going now.
Got the spell shield. There it is. Oh, good flash from Arrow Fox.
They're unable to actually get that kill. Hook comes down onto Briggsworth, but it's just to pull him out. And this Vel'Koz is putting down so much damage onto this bot lane. Arrow Fox going to lose a lot of CS right here to the tower. And I mean, if you're Jmu, you just shove this in as fast as you can. Don't even worry about picking up the CS. Just get it in, get your back, and then get back to lane with your Sheen.
Yeah, that Sheen is such a powerful pickup.
Looks like Zillion is rotating down into the river, getting a lot of vision. This is one thing that Brambleback does really well during their games. They always have this bot side river lit up just to stay safe from ganks.
Yeah, it's also pretty easy to do it on something like Zillion. He hit 6 before he did it too, so he was, not in immediate like getting insta popped. He could almost certainly get his ult off. But I mean, let's see, 7 minutes into this game. Around now was when it started to turn bad for Motion in the last game, right? About now?
It was a couple
Maybe
more
in a
minutes.
couple minutes,
It was like
yeah.
that first Dragon fight where they tried to go 4v3.
Yeah.
We also see Brambleback picked up first blood, and I think they're 100% in all their games with getting first blood, which is a pretty interesting stat. Yeah.
That is a pretty crazy stat. Wait, did they dropped a game last week though, right? To someone? To Mountain?
Yeah, they dropped to Mountain.
Okay. So they're not undefeated, right? Which leaves them for Colonel Paco has to flash now. Might still go down. Oh, that knockup was almost sick.
And the hook hits onto the wall right in front of him, so he can't even go anywhere with it. So really good gank coming out from Briggsworth. But meanwhile, his jungle is just getting invaded. Gray's Gambit takes away the blue buff, has that pink down, and Pickle Popper is going to go in on this Vlad, but Gray's Gambit's right behind him. And Phoenix Z has the pool, is able to use it. And the bomb's going down, puts a lot of damage down. Not enough to actually kill him, though.
Yeah, he could have gotten that empowered Q off and actually healed back, half of his health bar. Didn't, though. Man, Jams is playing this real well in the top lane. He saw Xin Zhao gank mid lane and then walk towards the bot side. I feel like had that been communicated well, Jams actually can I feel like he could do a very, very good aggress into this Trundle right now when the Trundle gets to like half. Even with the Trundle ult, the percent health on the cleavers is just so strong.
And we see Briggsworth down 3 levels right now to his top laner, 2 to the enemy jungler. He's just getting completely bullied in this game.
Gray's Gambit just ganked the bot lane and started it out with his ult pushing the Corki to the side, and then immediately charged him. And right after he charged him, Corki just valked out. That was an odd display of play right there from Bramble's jungle. It's not the combination the ability should have used, probably.
Colonel Paco about to get caught up by 3 members right here. But the hook is able to get him away.
Yeah,
No
Phoenix
CC
is also
coming
just so low there. He just didn't really want to commit.
Yeah, and they don't really know where anybody else is, so
Right.
kind of hard for them to call the go. So we do have a little bit of a lull right now. The Grace Gambit is 6. Briggsworth hits 5. Gets some of his camps back. It's going for the Scuttle Crab. And I kind of want him to see focusing more on this bot lane. Because the Corki in Vel'Koz are winning the lane, but going even in CS. Colonel Paco and Aerofox are playing super safe, though. No Briggsworths on the spot side. And this pink ward that's just sitting in the blue bush has been giving away Briggsworth's position pretty much the entire game.
I feel like this Mundo should be going for a lot more kill pressure in this top lane still. I know I've been harking on this all game, but damn, dude.
I don't think you can. Because as soon as Trundle ults you, you just lose. And you die. Like, Enraged Over, he baits it out. Uses the ultimate, gets so much healing back. And Mundo's healing, I don't think, is enough to sustain him through Trundle's ult.
Yeah, I mean, if the Trundle had a Bramble vest, I definitely agree with you, but he doesn't have any reduction on that healing. So it's still, I mean, it still heals a lot.
Yeah, that's fair.
But, you know, so on the other point, Mundo doesn't have a Bramble vest either, and had he had a Bramble vest, it would be quite a bit better as well.
Yeah, now that you know that 4 members are on the spot side, it might be the time to just hit the go button. Because you do have flash, so
I don't know. I just feel like if you're Ocean, you're not in the driver's seat right now. Maybe you want to try
cleavers.
Yeah, well, so that's what I'm saying. He's actually landing like a lot of cleavers. He's getting enraged. Ooh, in the bot lane, some bombs. Nothing. He's getting enraged over down to like half, and then see, like now he's in trouble.
But the pillar actually blocks out enraged over more. It does that's my jams. So both ultimates used. Which one's on a shorter cooldown? I think that the Mundo's is, right? Yeah, by 6 seconds, so it's not really even that big a deal. Never mind. But see, this is what Ocean need to do last game. They're stalling it out, not going for many fights.
Right.
And a good hook from Colonel Paco onto Jmu gets him really, really low with that Sivir damage.
It is funny though how I think last game they took like a 6-minute Drake after the top lane gank, and then took another 13-minute Drake. So they haven't even looked at Drake in this game yet. No one has. I mean, it's just kind of funny. It's a much slower tempo game here. No one wants to make a mistake. Uh-oh. Speaking of mistakes.
Pickle Popper roaming down with Grace Gambit.
No, don't walk into it!
He's gonna go down. There's no way he's surviving that. Super unfortunate. Vel'Koz's just a little bit out of position. Miscommunication.
Yeah. He didn't have flash, and now Jamu's also in trouble here.
Bomb's just gonna kill it. Jmu not giving the kill over to Aerofox though. Keeping that Sivir down in kills. That was actually really funny last game. I forgot that the Brambleback just like would pick somebody out, leave him down to 100 health, and then Aerofox would just hit him with a Q or an auto attack and take the kill.
Yeah, just kill him. Yep.
There's just so much pressure coming out from Gray's Gambit, not allowing Briggsworth to get any of the jungle that he wants. And he's already falling down about 13 CS right now, which is 3 or 4 camps. We do see Briggsworth going in onto Aerofox, though. Ults onto Colonel Paco instead of the Sivir. So.
Oh, he's going too deep now. Here comes the Zillion, and
Popper's there, has the ult up.
Might get this though. Is he? No. Oh, Pickle Popper at ult.
But he wasn't in range. He flashed to try to get it, but he just couldn't do it in time. But once again, that's a support traded for your jungler while Dragon's on the table. So
Yeah.
I guess
Although-
Gray's Gambit is super low though, so he's not going to
Yeah.
be able to go for this.
Right. Now, okay, so now that the Trundle has this Hydra, now there's no hope for this lane. He's never gonna lose the fight. You can poke him out with these cleavers all you want. He's just gonna heal forever.
Yeah, especially with that corrupting potion start, Trundle was able to stay super healthy during those early game trades. Do you think Mundo's going to go straight for that AP next? Oh, sorry, the magic resist next? Or do you want him to build into the Bramble Vest to reduce that healing?
Yeah, I mean, Pride could probably go Bramble Vest. That's probably a good idea. And I mean, if you're Trundle, I'd probably actually just go Executioners. Like, I don't know.
That's a good fight coming out. Enraged Over, he pops his ultimate though. Gets a lot of health back. And we just see a gank going down the bot lane. Mage Gambit destroying Cobalt.
Just right out of the bush, one-shot him with just pretty much just the Warriors how it went.
That's just going to open up a free dragon for this Brambleback squad. And they actually pull ahead for a 3k gold lead at 15 minutes, which is very sizable.
And Rage Every has no ult.
Yeah, he's dead.
Whoa. He was just
And
it's
that's
a little
just
greedy, but you know,
miscommunication.
it's what it is.
You know your entire team's bot side. You don't know where the jungle is. Good hook from Colonel Paco. Catches Jamu out of his W.
Really
I
good
forget
hook.
what that is
The one
called.
thing about that, the Valkyrie?
Valkyrie?
The-
Yeah, that's it.
I don't. The one thing about the that gank in top lane is I feel like he had vision of the Jarvan. When he walks out of that bush, I feel like he saw it. And he just stayed and let him get into the EQ range.
Yeah, so the Mundo was super low from the earlier trade where Enraged Over used his ultimate, but the Mundo never ulted, so he just baited him in, ulted. The Mundo was able to light or just sustain.
Heal back up.
Yeah,
Oh, here we
and
go.
then-
Back in the top lane. Oh, spotted though.
They do get the Rift Herald, which is going to be really good for cracking one of these turrets. Most likely mid or bot. But now That's My Jams is kind of in a bad spot. He's able to walk away from the cone though.
Yeah, so Bramble is lane swapping their bot lane to the top lane.
Yeah, which is the right call when you're in this sort of situation. You take the bot lane turret.
Flash coming out of That's My Jams. I do not really know if that needed to be expended. Oh, he didn't have ult. Yeah, alright, that's a fair flash. Never mind.
Did he flash an ability? I missed that.
Yeah, he flashed the Nautilus hook.
Yeah, but gets ult back up. Has to use it pretty much immediately from another Nautilus hook.
Oh, he should not.
And now,
he's,
yeah, he is
Oh.
just gonna go down.
oh yeah, he's just super dead.
He's just dead. Gray's Gambit has a good flank. The killer comes out. But that does allow Briggsworth to summon the Rift Herald with this bot lane shoved in super hard. Pickle Pop is here. It has oh my god. Double bombs the entire wave, clears it out. But the
Yeah,
Rift
the,
Herald is able to secure the tower.
Oh,
and
Cobalt is just dead. Really good
Brambleback
combo
just-
there. Uh-oh, here's Pickle Popper. This might be the end of his KD. Or he might just get the kill on
Is he
Briggsworth.
gonna get
Yeah,
Briggsworth? Oh, he's gonna get Briggsworth. Oh, that's a bomb.
Briggsworth.
And Jamu heals a little bit too late. And question
Briggsworth,
marks coming down from Pickle Popper. Oh no, this is not what you
Briggsworth-
want to see for Ocean.
He threw the EQ in the wrong order. He threw the Q and then the E. It would have been hard to land the knockup on a Zillion moving that fast anyway. But
And that entire time, Brambleback was able to just pick off members one by one on the top side and take the turrets. And they're just shoving down mid lane now, able to secure that one.
yeah,
And they have another Ocean Drake coming up in about a minute and a half.
for what it's worth, this Vlad is gonna be pretty strong pretty soon. It's level 11, so he has. Oh, he didn't take. Wait. I don't know what his secondary runes are.
I mean,
20, 30.
at this point, I don't think it even matters.
Yeah, I mean,
really
late
far
game
behind.
Vlad can be late game Vlad can be pretty devastating. That was a sick hook from Paco. I'm pretty sure he just hooked him out of the Jarvan EQ. Unless I saw that incorrectly. Pretty sure that's what happened. And yeah, you're right. I guess it's just
I mean,
they're
he's
just far
40
behind.
40 CS down, almost 50 CS down to Pickle Popper right now.
Ooh.
And this Bramble squad is just shoving down turrets, not giving any cares in the world. Colonel Paco hooking a wall, pulling himself a little bit closer.
He hooked the trundle pillar.
Oh,
They threw the abilities at the same time. Oh,
Vlad's
no.
going in, but you don't have the team with you.
Yeah,
Sivril
he did
comes
this.
out and is just able to get him away. Trundle's sitting
He
there
does.
in the middle of the team, but Brambleback's just super strong right now. Cobalt throwing out his ultimate, but he's getting blown up. The Sivir gets a double kill. Paco ults onto J-Moon. J-Moon just doesn't get double bomb, but is able to get away with a flash. Cobalt gives his life over so his 80 carry can live, but Brambleback just takes a 4-for-0 fight.
Yeah, I mean, really, Ocean was trying to take that fight. I think it could have gone better. Phoenix used his E before he got his ult down, so he didn't amplify the E damage.
And the issue was, Phoenix tried to engage, right? Tried to go in, while Brambleback was a lot more grouped than Ocean was. Like, half the members
Yeah.
were still in base when he went for that engage.
Right.
And even though you can pick somebody off and get somebody really low, and even if you kill him, there's still that
Still got the
Zillion
Zillion.
ultimate. So
Certainly.
they definitely should have banned Zillion. I don't think they showed they knew how to play around it game one, and it just
Yeah, I
giving
think the
Pickle
kill
Popper
count.
this pick.
The kill count on its own in that game was really the proof, all the proof that I needed that they didn't know how to play against it. Because it was, I mean, what, they got 3 kills or something? They got more than that. It was just the Zillion ult was saving. They probably got 10 more kills than that. I bet Zillion ult saved like, 8, 9, or 10 people, something like that. Something in that average in the first game.
Yeah, and you got to hand it to Pickle Popper. Dude's a monster.
Yeah, great ults. Absolutely. This is certainly not the week for Ocean, though. I didn't see the games last week, but I imagine their team coordination was better than this. But I don't know. I suppose I do not know.
Yeah, no, last week their coordination was a lot better, but Brambleback is also playing a lot better than Scuttle did last week.
Fair enough. Rich over going for the pillar into slow combo. Will not find very much.
We're
Oh,
back
see,
in
that's what you
Season
do.
3.
Yeah. That's it. Good job.
Yeah, so Zillion ult is going to be down for another about
20
it's a-
seconds.
Yeah, exactly. 50-second cooldown on that, but his W will shorten that by a lot.
The W doesn't shorten its ult anymore, I don't think.
It doesn't?
Yeah, it's basic spells. They took that out at one point because it was ridiculous. Because it was like being a 15-second cooldown.
Huge fight coming out. Phoenix Z is on the back line, is able to put down a lot of damage to that ultimate, and they're able to pick up the shutdown onto Gray's Gambit. So-
Little bit of a throw here from Brambleback, but honestly not
the end of the
not
world.
too worrying, but it's going to delay their Baron play a little bit, and you see Ocean are able to secure a little bit more vision around it.
Yeah, one of the biggest problems is, I guess actually this might be good for you if the shutdown goes over onto the Jarvan, who is the only AD source on your team.
Right. I mean, you see Gray's Gambit, he picks up the extra... He has the Mercs, he picks up an extra Null, Magic Mantle. He's getting the AP. In the top lane, there's double MR items as well. Sorry, getting extra MR. But yeah, I mean, that whole thing, the reason Gray's Gambit dies there is because Pickle Popper got greedy to clear that pink ward and actually had to ult himself. Otherwise, he probably would have been able to put himself in a position to get that ult onto Gray's Gambit. And they also probably would have just felt better about taking that fight in general.
Yeah, so one of the nice things was Phoenix Z was able to split up the entire team. But we have a fight going on. Pickle Popper is super low, has a lot of shielding coming out. Ult comes down onto him. And Briggsworth, you don't finish that. It knocks him down, but he just walks into 3 members, goes down.
Comes back with full health.
And Phoenix
Corky
Z
actually...
is
Corky could have killed.
doing a lot of damage to Colonel Paco, but now Cobalt's just in the wrong spot. Gray's Gambit's going to go down. Oh no, Silver's able to pick up the kill. Gray's Gambit lives with like 20 health. J-Moo goes in though, gets hooked up, and just dies immediately. There's so much CC come down, and Colonel Paco was able to ult up Cobalt, and they just throw the game right there.
This four-man unit from Brambleback is immense. It's very good. They're
It's
playing
so
so well
powerful.
together. Yeah.
And once again, Ocean just doesn't seem to have the communication. They end up getting one member picked off, and the rest of the other 3 decide to go in. Probably the wrong call there. And that gives Baron over to this Brambleback squad. And the kill score, once again, is massive for them. 17 to 4 kills. Looking real strong.
If they had let that so if the Jarvan hadn't killed that Zillion, the Corki might have been able to pick it up on the back end after the ult wore out, and that could have been a pretty different team fight. I don't know if it would have been enough to like save them, but they would have at least gotten one of those kills back. Gotten, you know, a reasonably big shutdown. Maybe not 900, but some other number that was a little lower before those 4 kills came through.
Yeah, and a lot of the members on the side of Brambleback got super low and almost went down, which could have turned the fight for Ocean. But once again, you gotta say, like, this full magic damage team will never have enough damage to actually kill everybody.
Yep, the Ma being picked up by the Trundle, or sorry, by the Xin Zhao.
It's looking more and more dire now that Baron buff is up. Oh, also, how does an AP team, a full AP team, clear Baron minions?
Well, they still have the Corki. Still is 80 damage, you know.
A little bit,
I mean,
but not
80.
a lot.
I mean, well, right, but it's not about. I mean, it can still crit. That's more or less my point. Like, it can still hit big numbers, right?
Right. We do see an Infernal Drake going over to Brambleback, which will only help accelerate them into this mid to late game. And they're just shoving down mid lane as 5. And honestly, you can just send Enraged Overy down to the bot lane to pressure in the Mundo, take some turrets. Because he does have that Demolish. You can just walk up, get a hit, and then walk out. Briggsworth is looking for a flank right here. Once Vlad gets that empowered Q charged up, they might call the go button.
I think they should try to. They might want to stall a little bit more and just kind of let the turret take a little bit of punishment. Maybe honestly even give up this mid inhib.
Briggsworth's going in, gets the ult onto Aerofox and Gray's Gambit, but immediately gets blown up. Good ultimate from Cobalt getting turned across the team, but Brambleback just survives and is able to turn the fight around. There's so much damage getting put out.
Yeah, so one of the things that Ocean is not doing well is they're not making these fights happen more than once. So, like, right there, if those 2 people didn't have Flash that got caught in that ult, they both would have died pretty much instantly. But because Ocean isn't able to force these fights at a tempo that allows them to have Flash up, it's not working out. Actually, wait, did they even Flash there?
No, they didn't.
Crazy?
They
I
just...
guess I'm crazy.
Briggsworth just went in, died.
Yeah, jeez.
And the rest of the team couldn't follow up.
Yeah, they didn't even Flash.
Nope.
Wow. All right. Well,
they're just too far behind at this point. And the double Ocean Drakes coming out huge for Bramble. Allows them to be full health right here. I don't even think they have to back if they want. They still have Baron minions. They could just shove in.
Yes, seems maybe not
But
BM. Maybe BM
safe.
isn't the word,
Yeah.
but they're playing it safe, right?
Retaining their KDAs, not wanting to take unfavorable fights. Gonna be looking for that next Baron spawn, I think. And now we have double super minions in every single lane. It's gonna be hard for Ocean to come back in this one.
Yeah, they also used the Vlad Flash to try to get onto that backline there. And it did not work out super well. So that's just another tool down that they no longer have, so... Alright, so what's going on? Why are we clearing vision? Why do we care? Why are we clearing vision in the jungle?
Yeah, I don't know. You have super minions on the Nexus already. And Raged
That's
Over
probably what
going
Raged
in.
Over is wondering.
He's a lot of damage onto Briggsworth. He's super low.
It's like,
Poke
team,
comes
where
up
you
from-
at?
Yeah. It's like, hey guys, this Nexus is like looking pretty juicy right here.
pretty open.
And I mean, Cobalt is putting out a lot of poke, trying to do what he can, but these minions just aren't dying. You got supers in every lane right now. And Pickle Popper just picks up Cobalt. Phoenix tries to go in, but can't do anything. Doesn't have any damage. Gray's Gambit just ults them all back into their fountain, and they just clean up the game
GG!
and end it.
Yep. Yeah, man. I didn't like the draft promotion coming into that game. I liked their first draft a lot better, but it's okay. They gave it a good go, I suppose.
Yeah, and they just couldn't handle the Pickle Popper. That Zillion came out really strong.
Zillion.
And Gray's Gambit was able to go in super aggressively, knowing he had that Zillion ult just to save him. And Brambleback played super well.
Yeah, they did, absolutely.
All right, so we're gonna be getting into just a couple of interviews. If you want to pull people in, who do you think you should call? Or we should call?
Oh geez, man. I haven't been paying any attention. Who have we called before from Bramble?
Honestly, I think Gray's Gambit would be a good call just for this game. The Xin Zhao put so much pressure onto Briggsworth.
Sure.
And then, I mean, Pickle Popper didn't die once this series.
Yeah, so we might as well talk to him about his perfect KDA.
Yeah. Hey, how's it feel to get Zillion? Feels pretty good. All right, cool. Nice interview. All right, do you want to see if you can get them in?
I don't have Gray's Gambit.
Okay,
ask the Pickle Popper for sure.
Him. All right, let me just. All right, sorry, Twitch chat. We're just waiting on some responses right now.
We got Pickle Popper.
Yeah, we got Gray as well. All right, I'm going to drag them both down.
Hello.
Congratulations on your 2-0. That was a very convincing series.
Yeah, don't leave Zillion up.
That's what I was saying.
Well, the question on everyone's mind, how's it feel to have a perfect KDA Pickle Popper from those two games?
Pretty good, I guess. I mean, I have a passive which just makes, or an ult that makes it so someone doesn't die, so it's kind of easier than normal. But
yep.
Yeah, I feel bad. I let Arrow die the one time that first game. I think he was slightly out of range. And then I let Paco die once, but I got CC when I tried flashing to save him, so.
Terrible teammate, terrible. Just awful.
Horrible.
I mean,
Preserving your own KDA.
Arrow gave up his life for Paco's, so that's why in the first game, so.
Yeah, so speaking about that first game, you guys came out pretty strong and were taking a lot of really good team fights. So why did you end up doing a 4-1 and letting Enraged Over split in the top lane?
Oh, well, that's his job pretty much. He's supposed to distract enemy laner while we pretty much get what we need to get in all the objectives.
Okay, and I guess, Pickle Popper, what was your thought the first game when they didn't ban Zillion?
I think everyone was like, and we're first picking Zillion, okay. Kind of like, I guess this is happening. I haven't played that champion in solo queue in a while. I should just do that and just get to plat.
So
I feel bad that Adalma's flat too already. And I'm just like, gold's nice this time of year.
I feel that, dude. It is.
Yeah, it's real nice this time of year. So what was the thought in draft not first picking the Scion? Or not even second picking the Scion, I guess, since Zillion was open?
He didn't want to play Scion. He's like, so make me play Scion again, please. No, he's like, if they pick a Lowy, he knew beforehand that he was just going to go Victor top. He's been working on that. So.
Fair enough.
Now we're trying to give him more picks instead of just like face rolling on Scion every game.
Yeah.
It's probably a smart call.
Hmm.
And honestly, the Victor did look pretty good, although the Alawi did have a little bit of a CS lead. Were you guys worried at all that the Alawi was going to be able to carry the game?
Oh, not at all. It's just our comp was pretty much just like face roll and let Sivir just auto attack everything. So
Yeah.
we weren't really worried about the Alawi because all we're gonna do is see her and then she dies.
Yeah, we had a lot of CC, so.
Right. And that Nunu pickup, Gray, was absolutely fantastic to watch. You ganked so many lanes, and like I think you ganked one lane a minute, which was fantastic.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I did nothing but gank that game. I wasn't even farming. Like, I know Sejuani was hard farming. I'm like, nah, dude, I'm just gonna gank.
Worked out. Some of the snowballs were pretty funny to comment on, and most of them worked out really well in your favor. So
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to rewatch that.
Just the Sivir speed up and the Zillion speed up, and there's
Oh,
just a
those-
super
those
fast
were
Nunu
amazing.
rolling at you.
Oh, I had so many speed ups, Jinx couldn't get like relay down her chompers fast enough.
yeah, it's hard to deal with for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Brambleback once again pulling out a run at you comp in game 1.
Yeah.
Oh,
Classic
oh.
Brambleback.
Classic
Yeah,
Bram.
seriously though, if you had a Scion, that would have been like the most run at you comp I could have thought of.
True.
But anyways, for game 2, can you tell us about a little bit of the mentality going into Champ Select when you saw Ocean kind of steer away from that, I guess, Wombo team fight comp that they had in game 1?
Well, when they didn't ban the Zillion again,
Yeah,
like
right.
Pickle was just kind of forced to play it again. He was like, "Do I have to?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, you're playing."
I wanted to play Ari or something.
Yeah, he wanted to play something different, but like, no,
I didn't
dude,
want to.
don't-
I didn't want to play an artillery piece where you just throw stuff at people. Okay, you can't do anything flashy with Zillion. Like you can flash ult someone, and then everyone's like, "Oh, that's so good." Like that's all you do. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, but we would definitely want to be a lot more aggressive towards the bot lane this game. That's why I was like rotating bot lane practically the entire game. We just wanted to capitalize on that and then just branch our lead off of that.
Can you tell us a little bit about the Xin Zhao versus Jarvan matchup and how you were able to get such a big lead on him?
Well, Jarvan relatively has like he uses a lot of mana in the jungle early level, and also his only damage is the EQ, and that's about it. Whereas Xin Zhao could just like keep autoing you die. Especially when he just kind of walked up on me with like little to half health, I was like, okay, easy, I'll just go in on you, no problem. So after that, I just kind of increased my lead after that. I knew he was going to his red buff, that's why I immediately positioned over there, and then I got the first blood.
Yeah, red buff, no flash, so
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah, and you guys just, I mean, you personally, Greg, took that lead, kept the Jarvan down. I think you were at level 6 when he was level 4, and just, I mean, steamrolled the jungle. That was absolutely fantastic gameplay.
All right,
And-
thanks.
Honestly, there's not much else to talk about game 2. You guys just got an early lead and then played super smoothly through it. So, what do you guys think of your matchup next week?
What is it, Scuttle?
Oh, yeah, it's got.
Oh, yeah.
Never mind. Don't
I
answer
mean,
that. Don't answer that.
true.
Next question.
Yeah, I think we're okay.
I mean, you saw our bot lane, Eric. So
Yeah, man, Arrow's
they're
showing
coming
up.
for you.
Yeah. All right.
They've really pulled it together. You know, they're playing smarter, positioning better. Arrow's putting out more
Paco
damage,
Didn't die
Paco
level 1 or
into
2 that
exactly
game.
0 kills that game in both
which
games.
is unheard of.
I was impressed.
I know, it's great, right?
Arrow's buying control wards now, so
Ooh.
yeah, they're becoming unstoppable. I mean, you know.
Yeah, it's
All they
definitely a
need
bot
is
lane
a little
defeater.
love.
Next week they'll probably need some more love, just so you know.
Okay, yeah, we'll just 4-man bot again.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. You know, I see how Darth Ted gets tilted when
Huh.
he's AD carry.
Yeah, we'll just dive.
Yeah.
We're just gonna dive all the time.
all the time,
No,
buddy.
we'll just give him over like a quadra kill, like level 4.
Oh yeah, definitely. It'll happen. It'll happen.
Just you pick Draven. We're gonna give you 4 kills at the beginning, and then
Ooh, I wouldn't do that.
what the extra like 200 gold.
All right. Well,
Okay.
thanks for joining us today. That was
We got off
a
topic.
very
Yeah, definitely.
it's whatever. It was a good series to watch. You guys absolutely look unstoppable, and I'm really excited to see you versus Infernal. I think that's in week 7, I believe.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, week 7. So that'll be a matchup definitely everyone's going to want to be around to watch.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to go against.
Oh, you
my
play
opponent.
the week after. So we play you, and then you play Infernal, and then we play Infernal.
Yeah, that's exactly how it goes.
Okay,
Alright.
sick.
Good.
It's going to be some hard matchups for Infernal, hopefully.
Yeah,
Hopefully, yeah.
Someone
best
will
two
take him
teams.
down.
If not you guys, we will.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us once again. We're going to send it off and throw it over to our next game, which is I actually don't have it in front of me. It's going to be Infernal versus Mountain Drake.
Infernal Mountain.
Yeah. And hopefully Mountain will be able to take the first game off of Infernal with their 1-1 curse.
Yeah, Mountain loves going 1-1, so we'll see about that.
Don't let me down in stream.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, and thank you, Asikli, for joining me on this cast.